Good morning, students. Say your prayer. Thank you. நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students, take your social science book. So take page number 241. Today we will discuss about the fundamental rights. So what do you mean by fundamental rights? Have any idea? So last week, we celebrated our Independence Day. Yeah. So what was that importance? So what was the importance of the independence? Yeah, so we are enjoying our freedom. So we are enjoying our rights. So there are several rights. So we are enjoying. So it is because of the independence. So we got. Yeah, so because of the freedom fighters. So we got independence and we are enjoying several rights. So what are the rights? So the basic rights. So that were enjoyed by the people of India. So there are some fundamental rights which were enjoyed by the people all over the world. But some of the rights were given specially to the Indians. So in Indian constitution, so some of the rights were given specifically to Indians. So we will discuss about the rights enjoyed by the people of India in detail in this lesson. So in this video. So just to recall what we have discussed in our previous class. So in our previous class we discussed about citizenship. So citizenship. So in which part of the Indian constitution citizenship was mentioned? Yeah, in part 2 from article 5 to 11. So the citizenship was mentioned. Yeah. So one act. So name the act. So which provides for the acquisition and the loss of citizenship. Yeah, the Citizenship Act of 1955. Then, so how can you acquire the Indian citizenship? So what was the mode of or what was the method of acquiring the Indian citizenship? So there are 5 ways. So first by birth, then by descent, then by registration, then by naturalization, then by incorporation of territory. So these are the methods of acquiring the Indian citizenship. So we discussed them in our previous class. Then, so how can a person lose his citizenship? So what are the ways of losing citizenship? So there are 3 ways. So what are they? Yeah, renunciation, termination and deprivation. Yeah. So we discussed about the citizenship, then Citizenship Act of 1955, then acquisition of citizenship and loss of citizenship in our previous class. So today we will see the fundamental rights. So first introduction. So fundamental rights are enshrined in part 3. So enshrined means so preserved in a form that ensures it will be protected and respected. So that it should be respected. So the fundamental rights should be respected. So they were enshrined in part 3 of constitution. So from article 12 to 35. So in part 3 article 12 to 35 explain about the fundamental rights. So the framers of the constitution derived inspiration from the constitution of USA. So the fundamental rights are derived from the constitution of USA. So the framers. So framer means so a person who creates a concept or plan or system. So our constitution framers derived the inspiration from the constitution of United States of America. So originally there are 7 fundamental rights. Yeah, so when our constitution came into force on January 26, 1950, there are 7 fundamental rights. At present, only 6 fundamental rights are there. So one fundamental right was removed. So that was right to property. So article 31 was removed. So now the article 31 right to property was now placed as legal right. It was not a basic fundamental right. Okay, so then part 3 of the constitution is described as the Magna Carta of India. So part 3 of the constitution was described as the Magna Carta. So Magna Carta means, so it was nothing but, so in the year 1215 AD, the British king was forced to give some rights to the people of England. So for the first time in history, so the British king was forced to give some rights to the people of England. So that was called as Magna Carta. So after that, if there is any right, so any fundamental rights given to any other country people means it was described as Magna Carta. So Magna Carta means it is very important one. So this right only, so this article, this part only gave more importance to the people of India. So we are enjoying a lot of freedom, a lot of rights because of this part only. So this part only gave the Indian people a lot of freedom. So you are enjoying a lot of right now. You are going anywhere, you are talking with your friends, you are moving anywhere, you are residing in any place, you can do any job, you can study any course in your future. So these are the several rights you are enjoying by us now. So this is because of the part 3. So this is because the constitution which gave us some rights. So the fundamental rights are available to all persons, but certain fundamental rights are available only to Indian citizens. So some basically, so some rights are enjoyed by the people of world. So all the people of the world enjoy some basic rights. So but some fundamental rights are available only to Indian citizens. So what are the 6 fundamental rights? Do you know? First, right to equality, then second, right to freedom, then third, right against exploitation, then fourth, right to freedom of religion, then fifth, cultural and educational rights, then sixth one, right to constitutional remedies. So the 6 fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, then last one, right to constitutional remedies. We will discuss one by one. First, right to equality. So right to equality was mentioned from Article 14 to Article 18. So which articles mentions the fundamental rights? So from which to which article? From Article 12 to 35. The fundamental rights are mentioned. So the right to equality, so it was mentioned from Article 14 to 18. Article 14, equality before law. So equality before law means all the people of India were equal before law. So no one is treated specially before law. So he may be poor or rich, men or women, young or old, so that nothing matter. So he was treated equally. So that is the mentioned in this article. So Article 14 says equality before law, that is all are equal before law. So all the people were treated equally before law. So that was mentioned in Article 14. Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. So that is, no one can be prohibited in the name of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. So that is, no one can be differentiated. So to prohibit of differentiating a person on the ground of, on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. So Article 15, so prohibit, that is, it banned of differentiating, of discriminating a person on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. And Article 16, equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So public employment, so in government job, so all people should be given equal chance. So Article 16 deals with the equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So in public employment, so all the people should be given equal chance. So there is no discrimination. So so Article 16 says equal opportunity for the people in public employment. And Article 16, equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So public employment, so in government job, so all people should be given equal chance. Okay, so article 16 deals with the equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. So in public employment, so all the people should be given equal chance, so there is no discrimination. So okay, so article 16 says equal opportunity for the people in public employment. Then Article 17, very important one, abolition of untouchability. So untouchability, so it is a system followed in India. So that is the high caste people won't allow or won't have contact with the low caste people. So that is called as untouchability. That is racially or politically or economically discriminating the depressed class people. So that is called as untouchable. Yeah, so some of the people were not allowed in practicing some social customs and several activities. So that was called as untouchability. So Article 17 abolished untouchability. So it deals with the abolition of untouchability. Then Article 18 deals with the abolition of titles. So that is in the British period, some of the Indians have several titles, and also from the king period. So before British, the India was ruled by several kings. So they have a lot of titles like king, emperor, then Diwan, Jamindar, like that, they have a lot of titles. Okay, so these titles were abolished, but the titles given by the government, so that is Indian government, like military and also academic. So academic means so the professional degree. So like the doctors, engineers, lawyers. Okay, so if you get such a title means you can use it. And also like titles given from the military. So like major general, brigadier general, like that and all. So there are some level in military now. Okay, so commander, so like that and all. So they can so use that title. Yeah, but it should be given by the government, or it should be given by proper appropriate authority. Or you can use the titles. If you get the titles like Bharat Ratna, Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan. Padma Vibhushan means you can use the title also. Yeah, so you know the famous cricket player Sachin Tendulkar. So he was awarded with Bharat Ratna. You can mention the name Bharat Ratna. Yeah, so you can use the award, use the title Bharat Ratna before his name. Okay, so like that. So but it abolished the titles that was enjoyed by the people, which was given during the British rule, and also the titles which was given as like that of king. Yeah, so the titles were abolished, like Raja, Rajati Raja, Raj Bahadur. So like that, there are titles now. So those titles were only abolished, but the titles like the military and academic titles were given. So till now we saw about the right to equality. So from which article the right to equality was mentioned? Yeah, from article 14 to 18. Then the right to freedom, so deals with the article 19 to 22. So from article 19 to 22 deal with the right to freedom. So what are the freedom enjoyed by the people of India? Article 14, equality before law. So equality before law means all the people of India were equal before law. Okay, so no one is treated specially before law. So he may be poor or rich, men or women, young or old. So that nothing matter. So he was treated equally. So that is the mentioned in this article. So article 14 says equality before law. That is all are equal before law. So all the people were treated equally before law. So that was mentioned in article 14. Then Article 20. So it says it deals with the protection in respect of conviction for offense. That is, if someone got punishment so by a court of law, so conviction means so decision of a judge in a court of law that someone is guilty of a criminal offense. That is, if someone is found guilty of an offense means that is offense means an illegal act, so he should be protected. So that means so he should be protected from the attack of other people. So that is, he should be punished only by the law, so not by the other people. Okay, so if anyone do mistake any illegal activities means so he should be punished only by law, not by the common people or by the others. So that victim should be protected. So that was mentioned in Article 20. So a person who was found guilty by the court or by the judge, so he should be protected in respect of conviction for offense. Okay, so he should be protection in respect of conviction for offense. So that is his punishment should be given by the court only, so not by the common people. So that was mentioned in Article 20. Article 21. So everyone has the right to life, liberty and security of person. So everyone, we have the right to live. Okay, then we have freedom. Then we have security. Okay, so that means we have some protection. So we have personal security. So everyone has the right to live. Then we have liberty, that is we have freedom and security of person. Okay, so Article 21 so says that everyone has the right to live, then everyone have freedom, then everyone have the personal security. So that means you have personal feelings, you have personal thoughts. So that should be protected. So Article 21 so deals with so such rights. Article 21A, so it is very important. So this only gave important right to children. Okay, so the 86th Amendment Act of 2002 changed the subject matter of Article 45 and made elementary education a fundamental right under Article 21A. Okay, so Article 21A so deals with the right to education. So education becomes a basic fundamental rights. Okay, so based on this right only, the scheme Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan was introduced. Okay, so Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, so that means education for all. So Article 21A so says the elementary education, so that is the basic education should be given to children. So you got education up to 8th standard, so based on this right to education policy. Okay, so now we are in 10th standard. Okay, so now also you have right to get education, but the elementary education so became the basic, so fundamental rights as per this Article 21A. Then Article 18 deals with the abolition of titles. So that is, in the British period, some of the Indians have several titles, and also from the king period. So before British, the India was ruled by several kings. So they have a lot of titles like king, emperor, then Diwan, Jamindar, like that. They have a lot of titles. Okay, so these titles were abolished, but the titles given by the government, so that is Indian government, like military and also academic. So academic means so the professional degree. So like the doctors, engineers, lawyers. Okay, so if you get such a title means you can use it, and also like titles given from the military. So till now we saw right to equality, then right to freedom, then third right against exploitation. So right against exploitation. So exploitation means so act of treating someone unfairly in order to get benefit from them. So the act of treating someone badly in order to get benefit from them. So that is exploitation. So Article 23 and 24 so deals with the right against exploitation. So Article 23 says prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. That is, it prohibits human beings. So traffic in human beings. So traffic means here action of dealing or trading in something illegal. So that is misusing human beings in a illegal way. That is using human beings in illegal way. So it prohibit using human beings in illegal way, and also it prohibit forced labor. So that is bonded labor. Then Article 24, prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. So that is it prohibit children working in factories. So Article 23 so says or deals with the prohibition of traffic in human beings. That is, it prohibit the use of human beings in illegal way, and also it prohibit the forced labor. But Article 24, so it prohibit the children's getting employment in factories and other field. Then right to freedom of religion. So from Article 25 to 28, it deals with the right to freedom of religion. So Article 25 says the freedom of conscience. So conscience means a person's moral sense of right and wrong, viewed as acting as a guide to one's behavior. So a person's moral sense of right or wrong. So he have the sense. So a person's sense of right and wrong. So that should be thought, that should be think independently. Then free profession. So that is freely he can do his profession. Then practice and propagation of religion. That is he can promote whatever religion he want to follow. He want to practice the whatever religion he want to follow. That means Article 25 says, so no one can be restricted or no one can be forced to practice a religion or forced to leave a religion. Okay, so Article 25 gave independence in following any religion. Then Article 26, so freedom to manage religious affairs. So Article 26 deals with the freedom of managing religious affairs. Then Article 27, so freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. So for promoting any particular religion, so no one should pay any tax. So there is no tax imposed on a person to practice any particular religion. So Article 27 says freedom to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. Then Article 28, freedom as to attendance at a religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institutions. So in certain educational institutions, it should be mentioned so that no one can be forced to attend the religious instructions or religious meetings or religious worships. So say for example, so if there is any medium so run by any religious group like Hinduism, Islam or Christianity, if there is any people, any student studying other than this religion means, so he should not be forced to attend such instructions. Okay, it is his or her wish. Okay, so in public place also like that only. So no one can be forced a person to attend religious meetings. So Article 28 so gave us the freedom to attend at a religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institutions. It's your wish to attend such instructions or such worship. Cultural and educational rights. So cultural and educational rights so mentioned in Article 29 and 30. So right to protect language, script and culture mentioned in Article 29. So Article 29 so gave us the right to protect language, then the script, that is the way of writing, and culture. That is, so Indian people are practicing a lot of culture. So India is a diverse country with variety of culture. So North Indians practice some type of culture, and we, the Dravidian people of Tamil Nadu, so practice some different culture. So each and every person's culture should be protected. So each and every citizen's culture and his language should be protected. Okay, so no one can impose any language on others to study or to learn. It's a citizen's wish to learn a language. Okay, so but every person's language, every individual's language should be protected. So it may be a majority language, Tamil, Hindi or Telugu, Malayalam, or it should be a language spoken by the tribal people, but it should be protected as per Article 29. Okay, Then Article 30 so deals with the right to establish and administer educational institutions. Okay, so it gave us the people the right to establish and administer educational institutions, that is to run educational institutions. So the people of India have the right. So it was mentioned in Article 30. So till now we saw the 5 rights. So what are they? Yeah, right to equality, right to freedom, then right against exploitation, right to religion, then cultural and educational rights. Yeah. So can you tell the articles? So from which to which each rights was mentioned? Yeah, right to equality. Yeah, Article 14 to 18. Then right to freedom. Yeah, Article 19 to 22. Then right against exploitation. Yeah, Article 23 and 24. Then right to religion from Article 25 to 28. Very good. Then finally cultural and educational rights. Article 29 and 30. So the next article 31. No, already I told no. Article 31 was now removed. Yeah, so because it was the right to property, so now it was placed as legal right. So it was placed under Article 300A. Okay, so the last article of the fundamental rights was Article 32, that is the right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so that means if you are not getting any the basic right, means that is if you are violated of getting this fundamental right, means you can go to court. Okay, so if you are not enjoying, so if you are banned, if you are prohibited of enjoying the mentioned above right, means you can go to the court, so maybe our high court or supreme court. Yeah, so if you are going to supreme court, means so as per Article 32. Okay, so that is called as right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so it allows individuals to seek redressal for the violation of their fundamental rights. So that is you can get compensation. Yes, if you didn't get or if you are violated for getting the fundamental rights, so that is you are not getting the basic right, means so you can seek, so you can expect a compensation through the court. Okay, so okay students, today's class over. In tomorrow's class we will discuss detailedly about the right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so we will discuss in detail about the right to constitutional remedies, and also in which situation the fundamental rights are suspended. So in some situation the fundamental rights are suspended. So what are the rights so that are suspended? We will discuss in detail in tomorrow's class. Don't forget to do your homework. So just to write all the right. So in page number 242 they mention the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion, cultural educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. No, with each article. So write these articles in your homework note. So that is today's homework. And also after writing the homework, so read these articles loudly. So that is the textbook reading. So if you have any doubt, just contact me. So thank you students. Have a nice day.
To get regular updates, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. Hello friends, this is Manohar Veera from ExamBeam. In this session on Indian polity, we are going to see about fundamental rights provided in the Indian Constitution. Before getting started, please subscribe to ExamBeam channel to get regular videos like this. So what are fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are the basic rights of the people, some universally recognized rights that are seen as fundamental, which is also provided in the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Fundamental rights across the globe. The other rights of the citizens across the globe varies based on country to country. It is evident that more or less they follow the same type of rights. The following are the key rights declared in UN Charter. They are right to self-determination, right to liberty, right to due process of law, right to freedom of movement, right to freedom of thought, right to freedom of religion, right to freedom of expression, right to peaceful assembly, right to freedom of association. India has adopted many countries' constitutions to frame their version of fundamental rights. The major influencing or contributing countries were United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. We have given the full list in the description, please check that out. So, what are the major rights of the Indian citizens? The individual fundamental rights of the Indian citizens include the following: equality before the law, freedom of religion, freedom of association and peaceful assembly, freedom of speech and expression, right to constitutional remedies for the protection of civil rights. Can the rights of the citizens be amended in this constitution? Some fundamental rights apply for persons of any nationality, whereas others are available only to the citizens of India. The Supreme Court has ruled that all provisions of the Constitution, including fundamental rights, can be amended. However, the Parliament cannot alter the basic structure of the Constitution. Fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. The fundamental rights are defined as the basic human freedoms that every Indian citizen has the right to enjoy for a proper and harmonious development of personality. These rights universally apply to all citizens, irrespective of race, place of birth, religion, caste, or gender. The other rights conferred by the Constitution, other than fundamental rights, are equally valid, and their enforcement in case of violation shall be secured from the judiciary in a time-consuming legal process. However, in case of fundamental rights violation, Supreme Court of India can be approached directly for ultimate justice as per Article 32. There are 7 fundamental rights enshrined in our Constitution. They are: 1. Right to equality. A right to equality is an important and meaningful right provided in Articles 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 of the Constitution. It is the principal foundation of all other rights and liberties and guarantees the following: equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, equality of opportunities in matters of public employment, abolition of untouchability, abolition of titles. 2. Right to freedom. The Constitution of India contains the right to freedom given in Articles 19, 20, 21, 21A, and with the view of guaranteeing individual rights that were considered vital by the framers of the Constitution. It is a cluster of 4 main laws. 1. Article 19. Rights to freedom of speech and expression, assemble peacefully and without arms, form associations or unions, move freely throughout the territory of India, and practice any profession or to carry any occupation, trade, or business. Article 20. Protection in respect of conviction for offences. Article 21. Protection of life and personal liberty, right to education, right to health, right to environment, right to shelter, right to privacy, right to speedy trial, right of the prisoners, right to legal aid, right against cruel and unusual punishment, right not to be subject to bonded labor, right to travel abroad, right against solitary confinement. Article 21A. Regarding obligation of the state to provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age 6 to 14. Article 22. Regarding protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Right to information. Right to information has given the status of fundamental right under Article 19(1) of the Constitution in 2005. Article 19(1), under which every citizen has freedom of speech and expression and have the right to know how the government works, what role does it play, what are its functions, and so on. Right against exploitation. The right against exploitation given in Articles 23 and 24 provides 2 provisions. Article 23. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Article 24. Prohibition of employment of children in factories. An exception is made in employment without payment for compulsory services for public purposes. Compulsory military conscription is covered by this provision. 4. Right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion covered in Articles 25, 26, 27 and 28 provides religious freedom to all citizens of India. The objective of this right is to sustain the principle of secularism in India, freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Article 26, freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 27 provides freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. Article 28 provides freedom as to attendance at religious instructions or religious worship in certain educational institutions. 5. Cultural and educational rights. As India is a country of many languages, religions and cultures, the Constitution provides special measures in Article 29 and 30 to protect the rights of the minorities. Article 29 provides protection of language, script and culture of minorities. Article 30 provides rights of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. Number 6. Right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies, which is provided in Article 32 to 35, empowers the citizens to move a code of law in case of any denial of the fundamental rights. Article 32 provides right to move to the Supreme Court for the enforcement of fundamental rights, including the writs of habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, and quo warranto. Understanding the nature of fundamental rights. First of all, it is important to understand the nature of fundamental rights and why are they implemented. The state, keeping in view of any security concern, can limit the freedom enjoyed by its citizens. Basically, the fundamental rights together is a weapon in the hands of the citizens to protect themselves from any abuse of power by the state. These rights act as a check on the powers of the government. The idea of the fundamental rights is central to the idea of liberal democracy. For example, the Supreme Court stated that transgenders should be included in the 2011 census as others and not as either male or female. The court recognized the right of an individual to life as the right to be recognized by the state also. So what makes fundamental rights different from other rights? The difference between these rights is the manner in which they are enforced. If a citizen is deprived his ordinary legal rights such as the right to work, he can approach the courts for restoring the same. But he should approach the lower courts first, like the district court, and then move to the high court, and then finally move to the Supreme Court. The government can also be forced to pay compensation to the injured party by the courts in case of violation of ordinary legal rights. However, if the fundamental rights of the citizen is violated, the normal judicial machinery can be bypassed and the Supreme Court can be directly approached. This is where fundamental rights are different from other rights. The Supreme Court is bound by the Constitution of India to restore fundamental rights. They are the guarantors of the fundamental rights as per Article 32 of the Constitution. With this, we have come to the end of the session on fundamental rights the Indian Constitution provided to the Indian citizens as well as nationals across the globe. We hope you enjoy the video. Please subscribe to the Exam Bin channel to get regular videos like this. Thank you.